What's going on, everyone? Woo! Wednesday, middle of the week, and you guys are just getting started on your crazy squeezes to the moon. We've got crypto recovering, we've got stock markets bulling out of control, and we've got AMC, GME, and whatever else you guys are picking at the Reddits, the YouTubes, or the Twitters. It's all going along. We've got a lot to cover today in a very short space of time. I look forward to seeing you straight after the intro. See you soon. And I've got no water. Alrighty then, everybody, welcome to the Wednesday session. We are 1 hour away from the stock market open, and we're just getting started with, of course, this crazy squeeze that's going on. My goodness, look at you guys. You're pushing the GME up, 225 we have here on the open. I'll briefly talk about these, then we'll go into some other stocks. We'll obviously go through crypto, do everything we usually do here. Super Chat's welcome. Of course, members welcome as well. Hopefully, you guys are going to have a great Wednesday. Let's have a quick look at the community. Josh Dale, Sundial, the money, absolutely. I'm not muted. It should be working fine. You guys can hear me, yeah? Can you guys hear me? Pretty sure you can. Alberlo says, hello, Tom. Hello, everyone. Hey, mate. It's good to have you here. GME 420. And we got Gotham Bags getting the party started here. Welcome to the Stonk Squad, Gotham. Appreciate you joining the community and your support of the channel. All right. So, I don't think we've got cameras today. Actually, I have no idea what we have. Let's have a look here. No, I don't think we've got cameras today, but that's all right. We've got more screen real estate for getting into this stuff. Let's talk about the GME situation first. So this breakout, very, very big. Huge movement. Obviously leads to more squeeze through today's session. Could there be more in it? I think they could. GME has this tendency to run pretty hard. We saw AMC go early this time. 229. It'll be very interesting to see the pre-market on some other squeeze candidates as well. So 230, kind of the first stop or the first point of call. Then after that, we've got 280. So you got some strong movements here to the 280. And I tend to feel like 280 is the target here for many GME players. That's going to be what they're looking for. We've had consolidation through that 180. I think we correctly identified that once we got through that zone, we were going to go ballistic. We did it yesterday, and boom, there it goes. We go to AMC quickly here. That's up another 7.74%. Again, I think we got this pretty correct yesterday. 16, we knew 15 was crap. Didn't matter. I actually don't even care about 18 on AMC. It's all about the 20, baby. The 20. Bring in the money, is that what they say? I hope for your sake, you guys get this thing out and it does go towards the 20. Will there be problems at the 20? I would say yes. There will be selling at this zone. And if it gets anywhere around the 20, I'd be very, very careful. Today, looks like we're going to get a 1766 on the open. Another one that we've been talking about, it's not a squeeze, but I did want to mention it. Pin duo. Okay, so we've got that one moving through. Here we have a trend line on the way down. It's breaking through. Earnings 138. Let's go 5.6%. Strong candidate here for some action. We've talked about how the hyper stonks are coming back in the game. This thing was 89%, obviously, in terms of from the bottom to the top profit. and 38% still, with probably around a 34% discount still coming through. I think this is a great breakout today. Let's see how it holds after this information from the earnings report. I would always encourage people to go check out that earnings report, have a bit of a read over it, and check it out. If you also use something like this website here, it's a great one for checking out your favorite stock, ticker terminal. Amazing. Join the public Discord community. We have a link in there for you, or the private Discord community. This website's one of the best fundamental websites I've ever seen for free. That's right, it's free. It's amazing how much info it gives you for the stocks. Phenomenal stuff. I think it's the best. It's the best, guys. Now, PDD, where do we expect it to go? Where the hell's my PDD? My God, I got a lot of tabs up here, guys. A lot of tabs. I need that tab. There it is. So trend line's broken through. This is a classic case for us on the channel. We see this, we see recovery. It's very similar to our BTC call the other day where we saw the trend line break up and we knew that we were in for repair. This is repair of the downtrend. Yes, you don't get the low, but you certainly do start to get in on the action. And I expect kind of like out the gates early, possible movement slightly up, then a bit of weakness. Hopefully it tests the trend line from the top down or gets close to it, and then long for something like PDD. GME made me the most money and I'm a newbie, says Elizabeth Shue. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're doing well there. Just remember, this whole short thing will be around now for a little while, but eventually it will go away and you've got to be able to transition from it. Kay Kennedy, super chat $5. Hey Tom, I've been watching the MATIC in the cryptos and it looks very strong. It also trends a bit differently than Bitcoin, unlike the other coins. When you say trends, do you mean it goes on a rocket ship to the moon or Mars? Because that thing is out of this world mad. We'll check out MATIC in just a few seconds, Kay Kennedy. My goodness. My goodness. Buckwheat Hike says, hey, Tom obviously bag holding this one. You should know some of the things I'm bag holding at the moment, Buckwheat. You should know. Okay, let's move over to the cryptos first. Then we'll get stuck into the stock market and we'll do MATIC in just a few moments. Here we have the BTC, the old BTC. So the trend line was broken. This is very similar to the PDD. It's why I brought it up early. Got a trend line that's pretty consistent on the way down. You break through it. You create that kind of strength. You then move higher, come down. Don't quite test it, but you do test those previous lows out. Then you make a new high. What have you done? You've created a trough, a peak, a higher trough, and a higher peak. I actually think this bodes pretty well here for Bitcoin. It broke through the 20 exponential on the 4 hour as well. I posted that over on Twitter, !Twitter, guys, if you want to follow us over there. And you can get in on the tweets. I tweet a little bit. It's good. I'm kind of like miniature Elon Musk on there trying to move these cryptos, but it's just not working out for me yet. I need more of you to follow me, yeah? Is that right? But I do think this is strong now into the 42.5. Now, if we get up to the 42.5, do we find selling resistance? I would say so. Some people are calling inverse head and shoulders down here. I totally get it. That kind of proofs into 48K. Whether you want to or not, you really need to look at Ethereum and you need to look at BTC to give us the signals of next longs. And we'll go through ETH in a second because there is also another signal and Ethereum's slightly beating BTC in sentiment right now. So everything's looking good here in Bitcoin. Yes, we might have a little pull-offs. Yes, it might go down 10%, but I think it's going strong into the 42.5. Then hopefully we create a bottoming face off here, which basically means that we've got a double bottom. If we do, it's the end of the downtrend, start of the new trend, and I'm looking all the way to the 48K, 50K area where we're going to hit this daily 50. And I am going to watch this spot like a hawk. I am so concerned at this point that I actually might even take a little bit off. Why? Because the 50 exponential is no joke to the BTCs, guys. We've got support, we've got support, we've got support. It's across the board support fest. And then it breaks underneath, and then, of course, all of the rest is history. Do I worry about this zone? Yes. It gives me cold sweats. That zone gives me cold sweats. I don't like it. So it makes sense to me for somewhere around this 48 to 50 for us to have problems with BTC, but I do feel like the recovery is in. Let's move over here to Ethereum. Ethereum, strong beast. New false low. Take out stop losses. Sneaky whales. They came in They certainly took everyone on a roller coaster ride of recovery. Then they spat the krill out, or they ate the krill. What did they do? They ate the krill, and now they're ready to come back in. I don't know. That didn't make sense. But anyway, you get my point. They did some domination on the market. We move up to the 3,000. That's the key critical zone here for Ethereum. Bang, last time 3,000 sold off. This time slightly in front of the BTC, moving towards the 3,000. We want base in here. If we get base, where effectively we break through, I'm going to take that distance. That distance is going to be kind of the next proofing stage. And I actually expect Ethereum to beat out. It's going to go towards 4,000 next. And that should pretty much symbolize the same point with BTC. They're all interconnected, these markets, and they'll work the same way. Now, MATIC that we look at in a few minutes, that thing doesn't care. Altcoins don't necessarily care. So, yeah, it's very, very important. ADA up huge. Yes, 16.5% here for ADA. Also another one moving towards those previous resistances. So, everything's moving up. Bitcoin's sluggish in comparison to others. But let's go over to MATIC, because it's an unbelievable coin. To think where it came from just a few days ago, I was looking at it down here. I was like, yeah, all right. I think this has got sentiment in it. And then it goes so hard, so quick, that it even blows my expectations off. It even flags here. So where is MATIC kind of predicting? I mean, this thing is going so ballistic that it's definitely flagging back to the peak. It's wanting its 270 action. And it seems to be doing it before any of the other markets can even get to the previous resistance. I actually feel like MATIC could be even going new all-time highs here to the 3. So there's two ways to take a flag like this. You can either take it from the bottom up, be conservative, or you can take it from the break, which is what most textbooks will tell you to do in these circumstances. That's certainly a flag. That's certainly a flag break, and it looks quite strong. Obviously, a very volatile coin, but the sentiment was so strong through it. It's also one hard to get money out. So I think what happened here is, as I understand it, you stake it up. It's hard to get money out. It recovered. People were then scared. They then sold their unstaked coins, causing an incredible discount to come through here on MATIC. And then everyone was like, no. Lol. You guys sold? What the hell? You got to hodl. You got to have those diamond hands on the crypto. That's what they said, and they bought it back up. What a recovery. Fantastic. I mean, Telcoin's another one. Who was it? Connoisseur, you there? Is spamming me today about Telcoin. He's like, look at all the deals Telcoin's doing. Yes, you can be happy you got past the zone of death. We warned you here, and then it came back down, and now it's back up above that zone. So look, all the coins, they're all presenting very similar opportunities. Pick your poison. Obviously, the more down you go, the more volatility you'll have. But ultimately, Bitcoin is looking towards this 42.5. I'm feeling fairly comfortable with it. I do expect upwards of 10 to 15%, maybe even probably about 10 to 15% swings here on BTC and Ethereum very quickly, as there's still volatility in this market. But 42.5 will be the level. Guys, what do you think? What does the community think about BTC and Ethereum? Where do you guys think it's going to stop? Is it going to stop, or are we going to the moon? Tell me right now. Thank you, K. Kennedy, for that donation. Nick Kaylor, $2.99. Can you look at VYGVF earnings yesterday? Love it. All right, Nick, we'll check it out. VYGVF, Voyager Digital. This thing's back again. When I say because I remember what happened. Look, great support coming through. That's fantastic. You say earnings were out, up 0.021, so it obviously didn't change the game, but I assume earnings came through here because it pulled it up heavily. Good trend line to be looking at here, and you're so damn close to breaking through. Oh, I like that trend line. The trend line. It's very fantastic. And you've got great level of resistance, and you've got great level of consolidation. Oh, my man. Just look this thing, and then hopefully something like that. But you want that trend line broken, and then you can be like, mwah, very good. Very good. I like it. Big rejection. Huge trend line. Consolidation. Breakout. Horizontal. Let me put the horizontal downtown. There it is. Yeah. Cool. Thank you very much, Nick. I don't know if I need to say any more. You got your trend line. You know what's up. Dude, GME 235. WTF, says Darth Sidious. Man, you should expect this, Darth. When it breaks through the key technical zone, I'll bring back over GME. Come on, you should know better, Darth Sidious. You should know better. When it breaks, look, GME, everyone talks about, every day they've got squeeze candidate crap, this and blah, blah, that. And, every day there's a piece of news about GME and AMC. Ultimately, the price action is going to tell you what's up. Because remember, I saw it every single day in here. The next biggest thing was going to happen every day. I'm going to draw lines everywhere. That's what was happening. When we close above, it has always happened with AMC and GME recently. We have seen big moves once we get through that key resistance. And I would say us as a community, we've been very good at picking these zones. And it's not rocket science, guys. It's the most basic. It's primal ape. It's primal ape kind of style. Because if you think about AMC, it closed 10.20. Went to 14 the next day. Why? First time above $10. You think about this GME. Why is it going mental? Because we close above a resistance that's been sitting here for too long and the apes have lost control. And then this creates the hype train. Everyone goes mental on Reddit and then they post everywhere and they spam and they do whatever else they do. And then now we move up higher. So look, do I see 280 possibly happening? Yeah, I mean, it's certainly possible. Is it for me? No, because it's not me. Look, I've been here for a long time. I'm like an old boomer when it comes to this stuff. But I love the technicals here and I love the basic human psychology. So very strong, 10%. It makes sense. Let's have a look at the market. Let's bring it over. I haven't looked yet. Let's have a quick look here. All right. Firstly, we'll start with the slow and steady. Okay? The slow and steady. What do we got going on? Oh, Z-scale 11.73. Dear God. Damn, that's good. Illinois tool. Illinois tool? I don't know what it is. Illinois, maybe. American will be like, oh my God. Tom, what are you talking about? Hey, I know about Chick-fil-A, Americans. You should be very proud. Chick-fil-A, it's very good. KC Southern, all these things, whatever. Then we go to the green side. And I think the green side's the interesting one today. We've got Square, we've got Zscaler, we've got Intuit, we've got Coinbase. I told you the nasty coin is coming good, and I hate coin. I don't even like the stock. It's a nasty IPO, but it was getting real low. And if we were going to see recovery in the coins, of course, it's going to come through to the party. Not one that I'm a fan on over the longer term. Then you got Spotify, everything else, all of the stocks that the community loves. It seems like it's going to be a nice green day for you. Let's click on the weird speculation list. Okay, here we go. Strange speculation. GameStop, 11.45%. AMC, 8.9%. Nice. Riot Blockchain, Mara, both back. COS, that nasty squeeze candidate, COS is back. Even BlackBerry's back. It's all of them are back. I wonder if Sundial can come through. I mean, I hate Sundial, but I know I hate Sundial. Don't worry about it. But you get what I'm telling you here. There is a lot of movement. Only poor Nokia can't squeeze. Even BlackBerry. COS as well. That's amazing to see that one come through. So let's have a quick look at SPCE. Let's see. As I suspected. Done. I'm going to call it done. The movement will not be here. I would be very surprised if SPCE, someone said to me today, Tom, you got to look at SPCE. I said, why? I don't care about it anymore. It hit this level. And if I was an ape with a very smooth brain, I would be looking at this point and I would say, gap fill. Gap fill. I wouldn't need to say any other words. Just gap fill. And then I'll be on. Me sell. Done. Gap fill, me sell. That's as simple as it is. And then you run through the town and everyone gets rid of it. Fat Killer, super chat at $4.99. Hey, Tom, can you have a look at CCL, please? Carnival Cruise Line. Whenever you say CCL, thank you very much, Fat Killer, spelt with the PH. It reminds me of Coca-Cola here in Australia. So we have CCL here in Australia. And if we scroll down, Whoa, where is it? Making me look bad. Hey. What the hell? Anyway, the point is, it's a different code. All right, so we'll use Carnival, CCL. Now, is this the one here? Or do we need to go down here? I think it's that one, isn't it? Yeah, this cruise line. Not bad. Not bad. Ooh, here, Alpha T. All this squeeze is a trap by Wall Street. After May, doom and gloom, steal more money from us. Yeah, I would say they'll punish everyone in the squeeze. The squeeze will be lived for a few days and then it'll be over. I think there is going to be some severe punishment coming in for the squeeze. But when? Hey, I don't know. Yeah, look, this looks all right. Hey, you look at this and you think, is this consolidation? Hell yes, it is. Does it have great buy wicks? Yes. Strong buy momentum, strong buy momentum, strong buy momentum. 2050 cross. These red and the green, red and the blues. The red and the blues have crossed, which is good. And I like it a lot if it can get through these highs. Now, 29, so it's basically $30. So you get like a little closure above $30. What can you then do? Well, you can take the distance of the range. You can extrapolate that out. And that becomes kind of your target. 35 makes sense. 40 is, of course, the eventual aim for people that are trading this. Now, I'm not big on the old cruise line, but I'll tell you what, America's doing a great job. America's doing an amazing job with these vaccines. And look, things are looking pretty good. I think things in my town, in Melbourne, they look rubbish. Shout out to other Melbourne people. Looks like we're going into lockdown, boys and girls. We're going into the lockdowns. I feel it. I think it's out of control as far as how Melbourne sees it. But over in other parts of the world, things are starting to hopefully turn around. Obviously, it's worse in some areas as well. This is one of those ones that's a beneficiary story of that. And $30, look, it's all about, can we break through the resistance? Not for me, but I totally understand. CCL is on the New York Stock Exchange. Yeah, that's what I thought. CCL should be the same code. I don't know why I don't see. What is all these crappy buttons here? I'm not sure why it's not going up there, but it doesn't really matter. It's all very, very similar. Same thing. Doesn't matter what you're looking at. It's the same kind of consolidation. Okay, let's go over the market here. Third lockdown in Australia. Yeah, we always do that. Soji says, Soji the soldier, says Melbourne. I learnt about that, and it's because I think when I lived with this American guy, he came from Berkeley. Oh, he went to Berkeley. He always used to pronounce it Melbourne. I laughed a lot. Man, he's still rambling, says Truly Messiah. What do you mean, Truly? We're not rambling. We never ramble here on the channel. We just talk about high quality technical analysis. Speaking of high quality technical analysis, how's this Nasdaq doing for us? Are we looking strong today? 0.28, US 500, 4,200, both up. Hyper stonks leading the charge here in the morning, which is nice to see. Again, I think we've been correct on this rotation, guys. I think we're seeing recovery across hyper stonks. We'll have a look at a few of them soon. We'll talk about the levels that they're at and why it makes sense for Wall Street. In fact, I'll show you why it makes sense for Wall Street to do it now, because they punished us. This chart is literally a world of punishment. Over here, they punished everyone buying Apple and Amazon calls. Over here, anyone that bought TDOC, Square, SE, whatever you want to call it, whichever hyperstonk you want to go into, they punished you. They destroyed you for buying calls at this level, marijuana stocks, and then they pushed it down to very big lows. And in fact, I felt very bullish this week, and I felt very bullish last week after seeing this type of stuff, because when all of retail stop opening call options, it's time for Wall Street to get their little sneaky algos out, and they start pressing the buttons and they say, yeah, take it long, boys, because we've trapped all their money. Get this thing to start spiking back up, and when it's back up here again, do it all over again. The only good thing about this time round in terms of the pandemic is that people are getting better tools. We share some of them on this channel. Coifin, go get it. Free. KOYFIN. Very cool. And of course, in the Discord community, we share others. Let's go back to the US 100 before we go to the hyperstonks. All right. So we'll go over here. QQQ. Let's have a look at where the market closed yesterday. Firstly, clearly an evil point for us. Resistances, well, supports, resistances. We know that this zone on the QQQ is important. We move over to the Nasdaq. You'll notice the point. We've highlighted it up here for you guys. 13,750 to 13,800. It is a contentious zone for the bulls and the bears. Once they get through this area, of course, we go to 14,000 fairly easily, and then hopefully we continue on in the trend. Now, I don't really want this market to go insane, contrary to popular belief. I actually feel like this correction in May, which did happen, by the way, definitely did happen on the Nasdaq, was a little shallow, especially on the S&P 500, and I feel like that means that we're going to have a second correction later on this year, and it could be a little bit deeper. So we'll have to be very, very vigilant on that one. But the reason why I think we're going long is probably around this. So we've basically got here resistance, 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 support, two little rejections here. And as long as the 4180 holds, it's looking pretty good on the S&P. And if the S&P 500 holds up, that will be very nice. Now, obviously, we start seeing failings of these zones where we have to start reversing and changing our entire sentiment as a trader. As a longer-term investor, I still think the market is up by the end of the year. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, right here and right now is when the S&P 500 needs to come out and play. This is the SPX code in TradingView. It gives you the real market through this point. So yeah, pretty nice, pretty good. I don't mind it at all. Matthew Harris coming in with a super chat, $5 Australian. Can you take a look at CSL? By the way, Coca-Cola Amatil in Australia got bought by the European Coke a week or two ago, which is why you can't find it. There you go, man. I haven't traded CCL in ages, so that's why I can't find it. Coca-Cola sold to the European Coke. Thank you very much. Let me have a look here. CSL. One of my favorite Australian shares. I love this share. What would you like me to tell you? I think the uptrend is resuming. I think overall, look, you could be in for some volatility down to the 280. I expect this 280 to hold up. And this is a very cool zone. Biotech company here, guys. Big business in plasma. Very big fan of CSL. I've owned it for times. I've traded it several times. Yeah, it's a great company, probably my favorite in Australia. And this one, I'm setting it for the 320 goal. I mean, I've got 320 goals in hand, 288 down to a 280. We'll have a 20 moving average here and a 200 simple. I would love this level to be hit. Why not? And then it should find some further buying pressure, hopefully the 300, 320. This company, by the way, makes a lot of the vaccines for Australia. It's really the only one we have that's any good. And yeah, I would expect it to continue on its nice trend. Let's have a look at the weekly. Weekly looks fine. Go to the monthly. Monthly looks fine as well. So we've got the 20 here being supported. Very crappy kind of last 12 months of investment, which is fine by me. I kind of expected it as soon as I saw this last year, I knew totally there would be no point in having it for that year because everyone was suddenly in healthcare. At the start of the pandemic, everyone bought healthcare stocks. Well, they're going to be the worst investment over that period. They totally were, other than utilities. Then, of course, we saw that big pickup in tech. Well, that was over very shortly. Then the last one was, of course, materials, financials, energy. Now it's going to go back into healthcare, back into communications, and eventually somewhere down the track, it'll go to utilities. We know that's the type of sector rotation these guys look for. Yeah, CSL looks fine, man. Nothing wrong with that one. Thank you, Matthew Harris. Matthew Tainch, $5 Australian. I booked a flight to Melbourne a week ago, and you're talking about lockdown is the first I've heard of it. Seems like I'm taking an L on Virgin Airways. Yeah, I mean, we're not in lockdown yet, Matthew, but probably tomorrow, man. Like, there seems to be out of control. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully, you won't take an L, though. You'll get your money back. You'll get your money back. Beyond has been recovering. My God. Really? Oh, yeah. 100 to 120. Okay. The meat company's trying to get back. We looked at this one a few weeks ago. It looked horrible, didn't it? Right at the point of resistance. My God. It's do or die for Beyond. Look at this. Support across the board. It's recovering here. A little bit of base. Big trade day. Huge volume coming through there. Earnings. Disappointed, obviously. Yeah. I mean, I could see like something like this. Pick it up then, and then take it to the 140. Could be a trade here for Beyond, but it needs to close above this 120. I hate this 120 zone. I would feel more bearish here than bullish for Beyond. It's just pulled straight back into a very heavy support. So let's see if that was a false break. It's why I always say don't short stocks. It's too hard. If you're going to, unless you see like some hideous thing that's clearly going down, you know, sometimes that doesn't work out either. AMC, GME, costs. BlackBerry, dead companies coming back from the dead. And yeah, 120. I want to see a closure above here on Beyond. Vulcan, super chat $5. Reopening trade idea, PLNT. Thanks for your dedication. No worries, Vulcan. We'll take a look at that in a few seconds. Beyond is a big. Massey says, what's that mean? Does that mean it's not good? Verified News says we're at war. I'm not sure about that yet. They won't lock down. They want to prove they can handle the outbreak. It will be a disaster, says Jared Diamond. Oh. Oh, Melbourne people, we feel bad out here, guys. Oh, my God. I don't know what our government does sometimes. But anyway, we're not here to talk about governments in Australia. We don't care about that. Coronavirus. Oh, okay. I'm not going to read that one. Truly Messiah. It's clearly not pronounced Melbourne. Yeah, no, it's just the way that they say it. It's a fake market. Okay? Tell me why it's a fake market. Market dropping? Yeah, I mean, don't worry too much about the small moves. We know where we want to be. I mean, we know where the bad stuff happens. I mean, these last candles, don't get me wrong, they're horrid. If you were looking at this let's go from a scalper's perspective. If I was sitting here in the morning and I believed in these fake candles, I would be like, oh, that looks really short. And of course, it looks short into the 4180. Remember, it's all about what time frame are you on to what decision you want to make. Now, if you were looking at something like these candles here, then you might say, okay, well, I think it's bearish into 4180, and maybe it will come back, test the 4180. And of course, if it breaks below, what will this be doing? It'll be a peak, it'll be a trough, it'll be a lower peak and a lower trough. It will be a significant day trade movement. The problem that we're seeing is this is either a false breakout, which is a nice one, so nice false breakout, they've done well, or it is the real deal. And because the market generally is optimistically bullish, when you see breakouts towards the upside, you usually have to take them. Because guess what, guys? The market goes up most of the time. It doesn't always go down. It generally goes up. If you take those breakouts to the upside, you will be correct more often than not through sheer determination of the market to go up. You get what I'm saying? You know, that's the type of thing that happens. Thanks very much for the subscriptions as well. Appreciate that. Does anyone have the invite for the ticker terminal? Giacomo, I'll share that after in the Discord community. Make sure !Discord and you can get in on that. So we've got BTC floating around the 40K. We've got Ethereum floating around 2.8. Hopefully they can go 3K and 42.5. And what else do we have? We have US 100, US 500. We covered those. Let's go into Tesla. Tesla 0.51. Found the kind of 595 previous level of resistance as support yesterday. It's a good sign. Hopefully we can now continue on. Would love to see a peak close here, 614, 615 closure today. That will signal further bullish pressure to the eventual goal of the devil number, 666. So hopefully that can occur. US 10-year treasuries is what's got the market spiking a little bit here. This 10-year treasury needs to continue to go down for the indices to look good. Now, we knew it was weak earlier this week, and last week. We knew it was looking weakness, and it still could considerably go down, but it's starting to get close to that support. So worst case kind of here is probably there. At this point, if we start to see it turn around, then you know my thoughts. I think the 10-year treasury eventually goes to 1.952, and it will probably cause further destruction of the Nasdaq at that point. So if this keeps going up today, which I don't think it will, but if it did, then that would be a problem. 10-year looks fine for now. Dollar index looks actually a little bit bullish here. If we go down to the 4-hour, you'll see what I mean. Maybe some risk is coming back on. Risks coming back off in the markets here. Looks like it's going to come back and test this 90 zone very early. See whether it can find some resistance selling. Still 4-hour, 8-hour. This is the level. So basically all the way through this zone here is where we're going to see trend line resistance. So even if the dollar index comes back up here, I expect selling pressure at that trend line, and that's still to be bullish for the market as long as the dollar index stays low. Gold's coming back. This could be an opportunity for a lot of people. Basically, where's gold? 1903, 1888, previous resistance, triple break, good. 20 moving average, good. I wouldn't mind to see gold actually come down here, lightning bolt, smallest time frames, and then shoot off in a very strong direction to the upside. That would be very sweet. All right, let's do Vulcan's super chat. Silver also same thing. I would like this to recover pretty much now if it can. So silver needs to recover now. PLNT, let's do it. Planet Fitness. So this is Vulcan's donation. Sorry, it took me a few minutes to get round to it. Let's have a look at the daily. So it's had a few sell-offs. Sold off in March, then sold off again in April. Now it's recovering through. Oh, you need like an 80 closure. So an 80 plus closure, that will then give you the sequence you want. Trough, peak, higher trough, higher peak, and you should be able to go towards your 88 again. I can't speak how good this Planet Fitness, obviously a fitness company, is going to be for you. But yeah, that's what you're looking for. 80 plus closure. Don't worry too much about the wick. It's more about getting a daily closure above that 50 moving average. So check that out. Thank you very much for the donation there. Appreciate it. We've got a new member joining as well. XLM _ vet for life. Changed his name, he did. Yesterday it was a week ago it was vet for life. Then he lost control. We called him out here in the community. We said, well, what are you changing? XLM. And now it's XLM and vet for life. Thank you very much for upgrading your membership to the Diamond Hands. Appreciate it. And hopefully both those coins work out for you there. It'll be good. Edgar Gomez says, holla, good Tommy. What? Please, NCLH, greetings from Peru. Holla, good Tommy. Thank you very much, man. Thanks for the $2. Let's have a look at that for you. NCLH. Norwegian cruise line. So it's another cruise line. Wow, it basically looks the same. Is this CCL? Well, that is literally a carbon copy style trade, even with the same wicks. That is hilarious. Maybe this one I would change my plan on it a little bit. That's unbelievably similar. I feel like it's got the trend line going on here a little bit. So maybe like a 32 breakout close. Because see how it's weakened here? It's weakened here. It's weakened here. And then it's again found resistance. So I would be looking at a closure 32. And then you could take this obviously long at that point. Let's scroll it out a little bit again. It's got some pretty nice momentum in it, potentially to the 40. Are you sure this isn't the same chart as what we were looking at before? That's ridiculously close. Oh, wow. 35 into the 40. All right, time to ask here, the community. What's going to happen in the stock market today, guys? Up or down by the close of the day? Let me know right now. Yesterday, you were technically wrong. So tell me today what you're going to be doing. Up or down for the market today? Let's see what you guys think. I'm just reading through here. Most people seem to think that whole Bitcoin is going to go to around 42.5. We are 21 minutes away from the market open. Not long now until we see what's going on for the session. First hour won't count. Obviously, it's all about the close and the middle of the session. But things have been fast. Basically, we're seeing things open up on their highs and then trend down through the day. Very little follow through for quite a few days. Okay, here we go. They're coming through. Down, up, down, down, down. Sort of some kind of falling knife. Gold and silver dropping hard. What do you think? I said about gold before. I want gold as long as it stays above 1888 is fine to me. I just want to see how it interacts with that zone. So most people, I don't know. This is a mixed bag. Bull trap. Up, small down, red day, up, flat. Friday is going to be green. You know why? Because it's Memorial Day weekend. It always has that little bit of pop. Little bit of pop. So what are we? Wednesday. So usually we would be kind of a slight green day today. So I'm feeling slight green. Tomorrow, red. Why not? Total guess. And then Friday, green. That's a complete guess. If you're looking at the price action, 41.80 is going to be the resistance. The resistance that you're hoping now will hold as support from the market standpoint. That's really all we'll be looking at throughout the whole session. Most people saying flat, and then a few people saying bull trap. ACK says Tesla does great in the pre-market until 8 a.m., then down, down, down. Does not help the calls I have. I think that's the problem, ACK. Tesla has too many calls on it. People opened over the last couple of months with maybe a month, 2 months, they're doubling down. Wall Street will not allow Tesla to go back up until they've sucked all of the money dry. Until they've taken it all away from you guys. So let's look at some of the candidates of things that are looking a little bit better. So I think this is one. And yes, I'm going to say it. TDOC. Piece of crap. But it's going better. Sorry if you have TDOC. It kind of annoys me, this thing. We had to dump it over here and made me sad. But I think recovery is in phase here. Why? Because we've had some consolidation. Then we got a little breakout. And I feel like this is starting to get some recovery to fill the gap. So effectively, this zone between this like 145 and this 170 starting to look a lot healthier and a lot better. You go through some other hyper stonks. Things like Square here, up in the pre-market 1.5%. Similar basing. This one's even better though because it comes straight off that 190, 200. Very similar, consolidated, similar to last time over here. Double bottom effectively. Movement higher. It kind of looks like gold from that perspective. Hopefully we can see some follow on through. Then we've got others that are starting to consolidate. Airbnb, a horrible stock because it's an IPO and it's tech. I actually like Airbnb, but I want this stock to consolidate and break above. We've got this thing trapped really well. So we'll keep watching it on the channel because I would love to see this break out. And then, we can look for some longs. Other things that are going, end phase, right at the point where you expect it to find resistance, it is. So, if end phase can come down here, bounce up, make a new high, I'm convinced. At this point, as soon as you close above here, I'm convinced we're going here. That's the difference. That's all I need. I need this candle here. I need pullback. I need this, and then here. I'm convinced we can go back up. So we'll be following it together on this channel. But you can see how many are really critical points. These hyper stonks are all critical and they're all correctly at those areas. Even the genomics here, ARCG, starting to put the pressure on this top side. You can see it's found a base, double tested it, consolidating, doing a little bit of coil action, hopefully ready for some breakout up to maybe even the 88.92 zone. It's strong across. F dumping, guys, you scare me when you say these things, but it's not that bad. Look, I do expect, as I said, 10 to 15% declines. We had nice movement up, movement down here. It's all about this 3K. You can't really be convinced that we're fully out of the horrible whale distribution, whatever you want to call it, smashing, until we get above these zones. But I still feel fairly positive about the crypto market at this point. Derek 4 with 1 million zeros. 25 HK. Thank you very much, Derek. Hi, Tom. What's your views on TTD? Also, Amazon buying MGM for $8.5 billion. I guess even James Bond can't escape working for the Bezos empire. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's right. Amazon strange purchase for them. Could get them in trouble. I totally get it, but it's an interesting purchase for them anyway. Look, nothing's really changed on our TTD analysis over the last couple of days. It got incredibly depressed. That depression was down near the 61.8 fib of the whole move. We can see we've got it up here. 50% fib didn't seem to do much. 38.2 fib, again, not that much. You go over the weekly here, you'll see there was all these rejection buys. So I feel like it's going to fill the gap. Now, this has a 10-to-1 stock split, I believe, on it. So 10-to-1 stock split pulls us into maybe the 600 with some positive anticipation. And similar to the other hyper stonks, they're all moving towards filling these kind of big problems for it. Yeah, I feel okay about TTD. 2-hour chart looks all right. 600, again, movement up here. People freaking out. They're like, it's down 0.05, guys. What's happening? What's happening to you all? We're used to like 2% moves per day. Why is 0.05 freaking us out? Look at it. It's like there's only a little move here. So TTD, Derek, looks okay. Amazon, bring it on over. Thank you as well to the 1,556 viewers here for the session open. 14 minutes to go till we get open, guys. Won't be long now till we see how GME, AMC. I guess we'll have to watch them today. And as always, community, vote now on what you would like to see us view into the open. Vote on what you want. I won't even force the Nasdaq upon you or S&P. Vote now, and we'll pop out whatever you guys want to see. Amazon is still struggling around the area. This is the target I want to have broken through, 3,300. Once that closes, I'm very confident in 34 and 35, actually. So we've got the trough, we've got the peak, we've got the higher trough. Let's get through here. Ideally, through this zone is where we want to go, and then we can move much, much higher. T Cases says, man, DXY is about to close above the falling wedge. Trend line, dude. It's all that matters. That trend line. Okay. I know what you're talking about. You've got like these highs here, these trend lines, that little one there. To me, it's all about this one. It's all about this one. Take a look at gold. Not really too concerned about gold. We looked at it before. So 1888 is the target if it does come back here. And then hopefully we get bounce off there on our way towards the 1930 zone. Yes, I understand dollar index is moving this morning. People are very vigilant this morning, more than usual. Interesting. It must be a lot of fear in the market right now. Speaking of fear, actually, I was looking at the, what was it? The CNBC Fear Index. Probably the only reason I go to that website. And it actually is continuously saying more fearful market. Very interesting stuff. So, Derek, that's my thoughts on Amazon and TTD. Appreciate it. Ulrich Nielsen, DKK, $20. Tom's, your thoughts on the Shanghai Composite chart? By the way, I'm not sure if these are working. Let me just quickly... Don't know why they're not working for you. I just saw something come through. Shanghai Composite chart. Did we end up getting the code for that? I don't know what the Shanghai Composite code is. Is it here? SSE. Ah, yeah. Yeah, this is the Shanghai Composite. Ooh, that's looking a bit better, isn't it? Yes, okay. This market is definitely looking a little bit better. It's a good breakout, man. Look at the bubble. Look at the bubble, guys. For anyone that thinks that bubbles don't happen in modern day and age, look at this thing. Phenomenal, crazy bubble in the Asian market. That was insane. Everyone was trading it. So look how steep a real bubble is. That is insane. And look how long it can go for. Way longer than you think. So never short sell a bubble. It can smash you. I actually quite like this breakout here. Series of higher lows. Breakout, retest. Good little trade. I was looking at the other day. I haven't really been getting into too many of these stocks in Asia at the moment, but I think I might have to soon. 3,500. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Broke out. Closed, bought down. Beautiful trade. And of course, 3,700 plus. Let's go to the monthly here just for effect. You can see how important this zone is. And the one thing about the Asian markets is when they get on the train, oh boy, do they get on the train. Look at the bubble. Look at the bubble. Oh my God. Look how wild it is every time. Every time the Chinese market gets out of control, it goes mad. And this is a super important area because when we put this on a horizontal monthly, see how it's never closed a monthly above this 36? But it may be doing so for the first time here in May. I'll be watching this like a hawk. Thank you very much for bringing that up, Ulrich. And also, massive thank you to JT Raj upgrading to the day trader tier. Make sure to, of course, sync your Discord and YouTube membership there, JT. Thank you very much for joining, and we really appreciate your support in this channel. Great stuff, man. Thank you. Shanghai Comp. Look at that. Damn. ETH falling hard. Is it? Let me go on the 5-minute chart. It's falling. How much is this? 5%. Okay. It's pretty much within tolerance of what we're thinking. 1 hour. Where do we think it goes to? Probably somewhere like here. About 26.81. You got to expect incredible, extreme volatility. Something around here is probably where it's going to pick up. Jan JT Raj, thank you very much for that. Long Tom Silver, says Danny Essom. Yes. Thank you for the comment. Yeah, somewhere around here, I would expect Ethereum to hopefully find some buying pressure. Look, it's going to happen. You have to be expecting huge moves each way. 10-15% is going to be the daily range here for most of these cryptos. Some of them are going to be 20% per day because we're still in uncertain times. Remember, we're not through these points. Let's now break down for the market open. We've got 8 minutes to go. Let's see what you guys voted on. I'm scrolling back through. We've got DraftKings, Crowd, and ZS results. Yeah, I did see that. We'll have a look at Crowd in a moment. I love that stock. Baidu, DraftKings, QQQ, AMC, GME. All right, so AMC and GME are going to get in. Thank you very much for the votes there, guys. GME is going to get in. 5 minutes. We'll watch both. And I think we will also watch, based on this, DraftKings, strangely enough. First time that's been on there. Don't know why we're watching DraftKings, or maybe it was spam. No, I'm not going to watch SPCE and Fastly. Yeah, we should look at that one as well. So we'll put the Nasdaq down the bottom here. We need the Nasdaq. Few people want that. All right. Okay. Lunchable Connoisseur, Super Chat $2. The Telcoin Master says, smash the like button, you cowards. Let's get that hype. How many likes do we have? Oh, we've only got 365. Guys, come on. You can do it for us. 365. We need more likes. Get us to 500 right now. We've only got 7 minutes till this hype train can really begin. Let's have a look at Fastly. Still not broken above here. Few people really want this one. I still don't understand who exactly is telling you all to buy it. But yeah, this resistance here, 45. What is this? Is it 45? 46, sorry. 46.80. So basically 47. Get a 47 closure, then you'll convince me that we've found base and we can fill the gap. But at this point, we have not seen that. DraftKings, let's have a look. Nice breakout that happened the other day, trying to fill. Still very big discount. Nice. Yeah, looks all right. I wouldn't mind like a little pullback. Take it long. Fill the gap into the highs. It's quite good. Have a quick look at Coin. Coin's done the right sequence, though I think if you're going to pick this, you just had to pick it the other day when everyone was super bearish and just hope to God that the coins would move around. Trough, peak, high, trough, high, peak. 20 moving average is getting hit. Pretty key kind of zone around this 250 area. Break of a 250 plus should be able to resume back to 300, I would think. 250 is a very important zone for coin. So we've got a lot of strange movements there through the market here early. Another one, we've got Durgesh saying Baidu, please. All right, we'll do Baidu, then we'll do some hype, then we'll move back over to the market as we're about to get in. Baidu. God, what a terrible stock it has been. Based on what we're seeing in the Chinese market, I think things are turning around based on what we just saw there in the Shanghai Composite. So this is down 50% and probably about 46% from the bottom now. Weekly was nasty. Double bottomed. Created a range here. 4 hour. All right. Little double B. Some consolidation. I don't know. I kind of get this good feeling about some of these stocks. They're so hated. They're so hated. Do we have a trend line that goes through these highs? Any one of them's probably broken now. These trend lines are crap, by the way. Yeah, I feel like it's basing. Maybe I'd like to see more volume come through on it. But Baidu doesn't look bad. I mean, it looks like it's found a base, and at least worst case, it's probably going to consolidate or even find more support at 188. This was a very heavily bought stock in the hype train. It deserved to get punished. I don't think it's going back to 334 very quickly. All right, guys, you guys deserve it. Let's do it. Let's load up the intro here for today. It is squeeze day, so of course we've got to do it. Intro 10. Let's get this thing rocking, and hopefully all of you make some money today on whatever you are in. Where is our 4 screen? Did I lose it? What did I do with it? I'll start a new one. Doesn't matter. All right, let's do it right now. I'll have to skip through a little bit because we've got to get that time. All right, guys. Wednesday morning. Squeezes happening. GME to the moon. AMC to the moon. Costs to the moon. Bitcoin to the dumpster. Just for now. 42.5. Hopefully we can get there over the next 48 hours. That scares me. MG says, I placed a put on DKNG yesterday. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. You placed a put on it. So did you sell a put or did you buy a put? I assume you bought a put. 10% up still for GME, and AMC is doing kind of similar. So pretty nice morning here for the squeezers out there. They're feeling good. 240 first target GME, 280 second target. AMC, it's got, I mean, 18 is a $2 increment. We know it respects those. So 18 is pretty damn amazing, but 20 after seems to be in order. US 100 set, and it looked like Tesla won the other one. By the way, how did the Palantir end up? How'd that Palantir end up? Looks like the market's about to open. 1 more minute to go. Let's do a quick scan through everything here. So we have AMC 9.57, GameStop 9.51, costs, all squeezes going good. What is that thing? Oxygen down. Screener. Big green Z-Scaler is going to be the one today to watch. Let's see how that thing goes. Where did it go? I lost Z-Scaler. It seems to not be here anymore. Coin moving 2% up through the market. All right, everyone, we've made it to Wednesday. Let's get that opening bell. There we go. All right, everybody. Congratulations. Let's see how this thing opens. It'll open in 2 seconds, my time. Bam. 1770 on the open for AMC. GME opens 228, slightly down on the 10%. Let's see if it can be recouped very quickly. That was a very hyper kind of initial market move. 606 for Tesla, and US 100 is slightly diving here. Remember, watch US 500. That's going to be the teller. We had those nasty candles on the US 500 early. So maybe we go down to the 4180, and this is going to be the zone that we have to see buyers get back in control of the market if that does occur. BTC 39,400, not too concerned about that at this stage. I think it's okay. PLTR did great, says Gravity Falls. Yeah, we need to look at that one. Let's just quickly get rid of Tesla there. Let's bring up Palantir. 2157. That's a good closure for it. It's ironic, isn't it, that it has a good closure and then it can't follow through the next day in the pre-market. Usually it does. Okay, so it did really well and then rejected that. I don't like that. Why'd that have to happen? Now we have to see another green day to really feel like we're out of the doghouse on Palantir. Overall, though, I would feel more bullish now because at least you've gotten above the 2130. That was a huge problem for you guys. Beyond, though, BYND, Beyond Meat, up 2.77%, filling the gap. Yep, that's good. 120 plus close would be great for us. Kind of wished it opened a little bit underneath and then moved up through the day to create a nice green candle rather than like more of a hype candle. But a 120 plus is strong, and that leads into the 140 for Beyond Meat. So we'll watch that one probably for tomorrow's session. We might even load it up for tomorrow's session. 231 on the GME. Let's have a look around the markets here, guys. See what's really going on in the opens. CrowdStrike up 2.32, 217.79. Man, I tell you what, CrowdStrike and Net and all of those type of companies, they're just phenomenal, aren't they? They just smash it out of the ballpark. They come back really hard. They do a great job at bringing it through. Everything's dropped a little bit from where it was. Even SE is doing really well. That's a great management team. They're crazy. They're beasts. What else is going on? Snowflake up 0.71 coming into earnings. Reminder, if you're in any of these stocks, where's my earnings report? If you're in any of these stocks today, which will be Nvidia and Snowflake at the close, or Okta, all of these ones will have after earnings today, after the close earnings, and then you've got Salesforce and Costco as well on the Thursday. We can always get a little bit forgetful that some of these companies are actually still giving us results. We're still in earnings season, remember, it hasn't ended yet. The problem is we saw every one of the tech stocks come through with earnings so early in the season. I mean, it was a super week, super mad week. US 500 holding around the 4200, and AMC going back to test that 18. Actually closed through it just then, 1809. Could this be the day that AMC goes $20? Imagine if it goes above 20. My God. Lunchable Connoisseur says, damn, Beyond is still that expensive? Crazy. It's got a huge amount of retail support, Lunchable. People love that thing, man. Ulrich Nelson, DKK $20. IQ to $20? Question mark. $20 out of this thing down here. Not sure about $20, man. It is consolidating right at this point, which is also... Oh, I hate that thing. Nothing... I opened... was it Tasty Treats or Tasty Works or something? And it's the most annoying platform. It's got these stupid alerts on it. Anyway, it's gonna continue to annoy me. I was testing it for you guys, but I'm not sure if I like it. It's kind of ugly. Here's the resistance. Around $14. Support. You know you need closure above this so you can move towards 16 for IQ. I'm not sure about $20, man. But yeah, break of the 14 with the daily closure. That'll be significant. And then you can move towards the $16 range. It's aliens. His subscription is due? Nah, it's not subscription. It's people placing trades and I'm getting an alert for it. It must be open on one of my tabs. Could you talk more about sector rotation? You mentioned earlier what drives the fundamentals. XLK, XLY, XLS are easy to see, but what about the others? All we care about is XLV. XLV, XLV, XLV. Healthcare. What drives them? Well, I mean, see, at the moment, you say it's easy to see XLK, XLY. Well, these are sectors, by the way. I'll bring up a chart so you guys can all see it. There we go. I got US sectors up here. So these are the sectors, guys. So basically, the way I look at it is I basically think about, okay, where are we at the stage of recovery? And where we are at the stage of recovery is somewhere around, let's call it a hyper-aggressive market. So I expect materials to technically top out at the end of the year. Now, if they top out now, the problem with that is we're so aggressive with every movement this time round that I have to look ahead. So what you've started to see is XLCs come through. See how XLC actually started in January? So this is usually an early mid-cycle kind of sector. And I feel like I missed this for you guys a little bit here. But we've also started to see old healthcare come through recently and start to beat out a little bit. Now, healthcare is a slower one, so it's going to be a little while away. But I look at it from the perspective of you go back in history, you look at all the sectors, you break down what they've done before, at what points, and it's almost playing the same game as last time. The recovery play was the same. The value play was the same. Technology is, of course, actually doing nothing right now. So you could argue that that's actually going to come in later as well and do quite well. I'm incredibly bullish on XLY, which is consumer discretionary. I just don't want to own anything in there, so I own technology that targets it instead. And consumer, like these ones, like XLP, you'd be mad to be in that type of thing. Underperformance and underperformance for years. Years of underperformance. This one could even underperform for some time. So the way I look at it is really where are we at the stage of recovery, and then we do the rotation through that point. So you'll see here, big stock markets coming down a little bit. However, most of the hyper stocks are still up fairly well. All of the hyper stocks are up. It's just the big ones coming down. So it depends which sector or which section of the market that you're in right now. And I think today we're going to go test 4180, 4183. And then we're going to find out whether the bulls are truly back and they're willing to pick that thing up throughout the session, or whether they've false broken the top. Maybe we'll find that out today at some point. As always, guys, thank you very much. You can see we just hit the first resistance target. Changed nothing. We had the light target there. See how it's hilarious how these GME things trade. Look, the apes, the smooth brain, they hit the level and they're like derp and they sell it off. But you get through this area, I could see some strong movement towards the 280 here. The 280. Weren't you supposed to do some healthcare stuff, Tom? Yeah, I was. But the problem is we had the crypto crash. And the crypto crash kind of pulled me off because I had to talk about that. So I will be doing the healthcare thing at some point soon. I've done a little bit in the private group. But healthcare takes time because you've got to go through a lot of stocks and you've got to pick. You've got to go through their fundamentals. You've got to go through their cash flows. It's not as easy as it sounds. It takes a little while. Eli Poloski says S&P will bounce around 41.75. Yeah, all those levels are good. What price point for 41.83 in relation to SPY? That should be the SPY. Oh, SPY the code. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's have a look. SPY. About 417.80. Somewhere in that zone, I guess. You'd have to just cross-check them. put them both together and you'll find it out. All right, guys. Well, look, I wish all of you the best today. Hopefully you're doing really well. We'll be here again tomorrow. Maybe we'll start a little bit earlier. We might do the 1.5 hours coming in. It seems like the markets are going to be probably fun enough to do it. So we'll start 1.5 hours early tomorrow. And then on Friday, we've got our big session as per usual. We will do the healthcare section as well at some point and go through it all. Yeah, I wish you all the best. And that stupid Twitter, look at it go, guys. Dumb Twitter. T-Doc as well. I think sometimes we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Thanks for the donations. Thanks for the memberships. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out, everyone. Bye for now. Actually, you need another full intro. Let's do it. Remember, follow FX Evolution on Twitter. Join Discord. We're going to go towards 7,000 people in there soon. We're already hitting 4+. I'm loving these hyper stocks, by the way. Damn. Look at this. Apple, 0.1%. Boring. Yeah. P-Doc. Still up 1 a bit. Twitter, 2%. It's amazing how these guys rotate. They get the fear out of all of us.